problems. So eventually I just took one of the Axion 940s over there and tried that, and that didn't work either. So at that point I decided, well, maybe it's not the tractor, maybe it's the actually we'll have some more of that. It's the water IBC. So I got rid of the water IBC and then decided, well, I actually need something with the front power, 3-point and PTO. And the Case 1455 didn't have that, so I sold that and bought this. Why have the same tractor everywhere? Oh, now this time we overfilled it. Good. And again, generally left tip because it's easiest to remember. And keeps things consistent, like when you're emptying into the cell points and animal feed troughs. Straight back, please. Okay, that's that one done. The next thing not a lot of people do, keeping the sugar beets in boxes. Oops. And done. Shame you can't put everything else in boxes, but again, while it would be nice to have a food mixer station here rather than feeding everything individually, ground isn't flat enough for it, and also full of debris. Okay, that is done. Let's check that. Not that one. Check animals. There's animals. Okay, pigs all done. Used up a third of their water, used up a third of their water. Maybe when I get back to the... Seriously. 42,000, that goes up to 59. Bit and let me go forwards. weird. That won't go forwards anymore. Why not? Well, I guess maybe because it's now filling up. So something weird went on there. No worries, we're nearly full, so we'll wait here. So yeah, since we're going to take the Hullerman back to the sheep farm, we'll grab a bale of hay and stick it in the trough there when we get back. So possibly 1,970,000 when we sell this. Go. So the thing is, we don't actually use a lot of solid or liquid fertilizer on the farm because we tend to go natural. But it is worth keeping that auger full for when we do. I mean, obvious. The problem in Farm Sim 17 is if you don't fill up both the seed and the fertilizer in a seeder, then the worker won't play with it. The worker just complains that it's not filled. In 19, I think you're okay so long as it has seed in. The worker's fine. The fertilizer is optional. We still have to do the seeding thing or do the fertilizer thing at least once outside of the natural options that we use. Watch the shadows. There we go. So that's emptying. We can jump, if that's convenient, to there. So we can take this back to the other farm. Now I keep the gates between this farm and the sheep farm closed, and it's just as easy to drive down the main path on both. Take a little jaunt down the highway. Oh, someone else burning off his leaves. Helper M has completed their task. Okay, that'll be the Massey Ferguson's finished fertilising. about. Yay. Okay, so got all the hay in here. Oh, actually, we don't have much hay in here. That's interesting. Well, fortunately, we've got all the hay down at the cow farm. Might have to bring a truckload of hay over here from the cow farm sometime, as I wasn't planning on making any more hay this year. I think I did one field with hay this last spring. Where are you going? Yeah, it's grass. You just sit there. There you go. All grass for you. Yeah, that's full. They don't eat much. They're very low. What's the word for it? Low maintenance animals. And we're on our second bale of hay. Wool things. How much is over here? Yeah, well, that looks like a silage bunker, not a silage bunker. I think we've got about 4 bales in there as well. Walk around and take a closer look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So, second one's over there being produced. It's going to be a while before we sell wool, even if there's a great demand. So wool's just under half full. Where's the value of wool right now? It's not the value of wool stuff. There we go. Yeah, very bad price for wool right now, but that's okay. Save there. So, Massey Ferguson is done with his job. Sounds like he's still doing his thing, yeah. There's still money happening there. There we go. Yeah, he's not going to do this top stretch because it's kind of fully fertilised and not completely fertilised. I don't bother doing that but top bit. It's grass for the cows, and frankly, oh, and just as we leave, the truck's finished unloading. Cows don't eat much grass, so it's more a case of, so long as they've got enough, I don't really mind about the yield. I'm saving more grass than I need for them in a year. Plus there's always their pasture. I can go and mow that. Now, one of the cheats that there is, I think in 19 and in 17, you can wrap a grass bale so that it doesn't decay, and it takes a season's sort of interface to brew. So 6-day seasons, it takes 2 days from the time you wrap it until it becomes silage. So you can keep that wrapped grass in your farm ready to feed cows or sheep, and so long as it doesn't become silage, you can drop it in their trough, less than an hour until it becomes silage, and it's good for feed during winter. And you can't store grass over winter. You can't store grass at all, it rots immediately. I should probably have opened the lid and figured out where I want to be forwards. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take this lot back up to the main yard. This here for a while, and we will there we go. Okay, he's done. I'll try and keep the silage train running best we can. Oh, miss. Obviously, in 17 it's more important to have grass for the cows, because it does, their production does drop if they don't have one of their food requirements. So during winter they can't, you can't give them grass, which means that's going to last 3 days and be gone. But I can, I'm using a wrapped bale technique. You can keep that grass there 6-day season until potentially sometime during day 5. Then obviously there's no grass for the rest of winter, like day 6, and also the early part of spring. It's going to be mid-spring before there's any cuttable grass on the ground. So you lose production and thus income for that short length of time. Of course, if you don't plan ahead, then day 2, day 3, you run out of grass. And you're kind of done at that point. Okay, don't want to be there. That's not where I want to be. There we are. I probably shouldn't have filled this up, since it's going to be sitting idle for a couple of months. Actually, it's full. I'm surprised. there's all the sugar beet boxes. Which have been sitting there for about 3 years. Okay, let's try and rectify this wreck. Managed it, yes. Okay. And that can go back in the shed, yay. Okay, you're done. You're still filling up. And you need to be filled up. Oh, 279 litres. I thought that maybe it would be emptied completely. Sadly not. That'll be the soybean fields here. Corn fields are the two fields on the left here, plus there's another one on the other side of the silage bunker. So I've got 3 fields of corn, which is why I really want to empty that silo. And I think we got 2 fields of barley to the right, a couple of fields of wheat to the south of the main farm, and a huge field of canola. And tomorrow we'll be looking at the canola being ready and the wheat and the barley. I may leave this at the main store and fill it up later, because we're not really in any rush for the fertilizer right now. As I said, I would like to get at least 2 of those 3 contract fields fertilized if I can. So we'll plant that there. That is done. Okay, jump out backwards twice. That is full. Good grief. That was rather impressive timing. So we should be down to about 300,000 litres or less in the bunker now. jump back and take a look at that in a minute. Oops, cut him up a bit. I still find it easier to drive trucks in the cab. Tractors from third-person perspective. Go. So we will start unloading that. Turn the engine off, and I want to check that field there. Nope. Ooh, yeah.